Good day, everybody. Happy Wednesday, right? Another day, another stream. We had one of the best days so far this year yesterday in terms of calling the markets. We went long, we went short, we went all over the place, made some mistakes also, but honestly, had fun. So, as long as I'm having fun here, I think I'll continue doing this. Because very honestly, trading is kinda suffering. Not in terms of results, but in terms of me being dragged down a little bit mentally. Because talking and executing and communicating and all that good stuff is quite draining, right? So we'll see how it goes onwards, but we're gonna continue playing around, having fun, and then calling the markets for you, right? So starting right away with dollar index, we're looking at a few things. Decision here for the price will be in this 1 hour fair value gap. So anything closing below it at the 104, 800, 89, anything closing below this 1 hour fair value gap on hourly basis, it will indicate an inversion happening here. That will allow the market to drop below the current price, creating a Wednesday high of the week, right? If that doesn't happen, I'm not very happy with midnight open being not taken away from the market with the swing low, but this continuation to the upside is expected because we have buy stops resting here above the London highs, as well as we have a 15-minute inversion happening here, and with that inversion as well, we kind of have a YouTube 22 model panning out as well. So you allow me, guys, to show you around. We have a 15 minutes inversion happening here. Let's take a note of that. 15 minutes inversion. And with that inversion as well, we have something interesting in terms of YouTube 22 and breaker block panning out, right? So we have a swing low, swing high, lower low, swing high broken. So we have a break of structure right here happening just half an hour ago. And with break of structure to the upside, we have a fair value gap that we want to see supporting the price, right? So I'm gonna note that, and we're literally gonna remove that inversion fair value gap, and I'm gonna kind of hope that this break of structure above these most recent highs will support the move to the upside, allowing all the markets that we're interested to trade to push to the downside. So Euro USD, GBP USD move lower, indices move lower as well. So I'm gonna continuously watch this on my right hand side, and I'll hope for this to allow the markets to push up a little bit higher from where it is right now. On dollar, allowing the markets that we're trading to move lower. Okay. So keeping that to myself, then we actually have two things I want to show you on Euro USD and GBP USD before the markets open up in 11 minutes from now. So Euro USD and GBP USD. If dollar index plays with that breaker block and then continues higher, I am waiting for Euro USD to close below this 5-minute fair value gap right here. And as soon as we close below it, I'm entering shorts. We're gonna have 1 to 2 almost risk reward, right? A bit lower than that, but we'll see. We probably can play around with stop loss being above these highs. So exact 1 to 2. So I'm gonna not trade it in front of you guys because I'm trading top step account with you guys here. But I'm gonna put this on my personal account, so as soon as we close below this 5-minute fair value gap, I'm interested in sell side being taken. Just like that, trusting dollar going higher as well. I'm looking at this similar setup that I'm not participating in from 5 minutes inversion happening on GBP USD. So if you see 905 has closed below this fair value gap, and we're allowing 2 candles to give us entries right away, one after another, for a possible sell side below us, right? But once more, guys, I'm not gonna trade indices in front of you. Oh, sorry, forex in front of you. I'm much more interested in indices and working with that. But just to keep in mind, I'm gonna watch Euro USD, and if I start zoning out a little bit, that means I'm putting an entry on my personal account on the right hand side right here, or a short on Euro USD. So we'll see how this pans out, but this is a review for dollar index and Euro USD and GBP USD. I'm looking for sell side basically, unless one more time that 1 hour dollar fair value gaps breaks to the downside. So one more time, if we stay above 104.789 on dollar index, I'm not interested in dollar going any lower, allowing the markets to push to the downside a little bit more before any changes happen, right? We're trading in a massive premium on dollar, so we'll see how it goes. But just to show you one more time, I'm looking at a break of structure in 5 minutes supported by 1 hour fair value gap, so push to the upside from here, allowing Euro USD probably to close below this 5-minute fair value gap. And if that happens, entry on Euro USD, and probably sell side incoming very, very quickly on GBP USD as well. Having that, let's dive deeper into indices, I guess. Markets are opening up in 8 minutes. And yep. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Hope everybody's staying safe and all right. Hope nobody took any risk just yet. And we're going to see what the markets give us today, right? So looking from a little bit further away, indices itself, we broke the structure while it's closing below this daily fair value gap yesterday. So I'm shifting my bias bearish, just looking from daily structure. 4 hours. Let's take a note of this 4-hour fair value gap. I'm not interested trading too much into it. Not looking for too much premium. This is a enough premium for me. Why? Some of the guys noted in Discord today that daily fair value gap kind of correlates together with the 50% of this fair value gap as well. So I'm not too interested in going any higher than 5,004, to be fair. But let's keep it to our notes. Let's keep it in mind, and then we're gonna treat this fair value gap right here as a possible breakaway gap, and meaning that we don't want to get it filled at all, because this getting filled kind of shifts the bias a little bit. But so daily and 4-hour bias still bearish on indices. Let's take a look at 1 hour. So the buy side liquidity pool that we were hoping to take out yesterday was taken away from us. Daily and 4-hour correlation again right here. The only thing I kind of worry about, not in a way that I think it's gonna pan out, but we have some sell side resting below here, right? Sell side to the notes, right? But the problem here is that sell side created an inversion on 1 hour fair value gap, right? I am a little bit afraid that this sell side resting here could be taken, and we could see a swing low here and then continuation to the upside. Just a worry, nothing in terms of something I want to the market to allow us to trade or to pan out, but something just to keep in mind. If we're gonna go short, this sell side is quite important for us. Okay, but looking at what we see here, nothing important. Basically 15 minutes, we're consolidating, which is brilliant. The only sad part is that we pushed a lot throughout London, so early morning hours in New York right here, but there's a lot of sell side resting below. lots of retail traders will have this trend line as well. So I'm gonna say it right away. I'm gonna look for shorts today initially. We just have to wait it out in terms of when do we get it, because this move to the upside during morning hours could indicate a consolidation for AM session. So we'll see. We'll maybe come back later today in PM session to look for those shorts with a swing high during PM or during lunch hours before we go any lower. But just to keep it in mind, right? Market's opening up in 4 minutes, so I'll keep that 15-minute fair value gap on my chart. But nothing to my liking just yet here. So let's take at Nasdaq. Nasdaq, just like ES, broke the structure to the downside. We're trading into that daily fair value gap. We also have this 4-hour structure in terms of a fair value gap that we're trading into right now. Very similar to ES. I'd love to treat this as a breakaway gap, meaning that I don't want to see this filled at all. And this is where my worry in terms of ES and what I said about ES falls into, is that we're out of sync again with ES and NQ, meaning that we have an inversion happening here in 1 hour, but we found support at night in Asian session at a 1 hour fair value gap that we didn't have on NQ. So a little bit of divergence here, but I'll keep both fair value gaps on my chart. Actually, I'm gonna hope on NQ actually to push below this and then maybe even create an inversion here or something like that, but we'll have to see what the markets are giving. 2 minutes still open, and looking into 15 minutes for value gap. So daily, I'll just hide it. No need to see it for now. Let's give the 15 minutes for value gap open. So I'm just thinking now, what did we see on ES? Very honestly with you guys, I think we can call it an easy way of looking at the structure today. As long as this fair value gap remains open, we're not looking to go short, at least from what I see right now before the market opened up. But as soon as we close below this 15-minute fair value gap, I'm gonna be looking to enter shorts on both ES and NQ. This will be a very nice inversion, possibly. 5 minutes, 1 minute. We have on NQ buy side resting above here. Note on that, and let's start prepping for the actual market open. Here and NQ on the right. Let's just sync everything so we can have it nice and clean. And here we go. Market's opening up in 1 minute, so we'll see what the structure gives us. If buy side will be attacked at all. On NQ we have some buy stops resting above here, so I'd love to see that being taken away from the market, and then break to the downside, 15 minutes inversion, push to the downside even more. That would be just awesome. So how's everybody today? How's everybody doing? Let me know. Anyhow, market's opening up, so I'm expecting a little bit of a push to the upside initially. We don't get it, we don't get it. That's fine, but this 15 minutes fair value gaps on both indices should support the price, and just like I called, buy stops are being taken. Let's see if we will create an SMT here. So ES trading higher than NQ. Buy side remaining on NQ compared to ES. So we have a SMT in terms of a divergent on the buy side here. Still want that those buy stops being taken on NQ. I'm not interested on NQ and going short yet. Take a look at 1 minute chart to get a feeling of the opening range. I'll close the 4-hour fair value gap probably. Let's take a look if I can do that. A little bit annoying. Here we go. Buy side taken on NQ. That is brilliant. And the reversal now would be appreciated. Just quickly. Dollar index taking sell stops, going below midnight. This being broken might allow indices to push even higher, but now we just have to evaluate next 30 minutes if we close below this 1 hour fair value gap or not. Closing below it will kind of negate my sell side objectives on indices. And yes, trade didn't pan out, so we're gonna continue waiting. Maybe we'll get it done because buy side was just taken. So with the buy stops taken away from the market, push to the downside might be expected now. GU still holding the same structure, and we're coming back into indices, right? So opening range high on ES. No fair value gaps formed yet, so we'll continue monitoring. And on NQ, buy side taken. We have opening range high here. Give that to my notes and continue waiting. That's the most boring part of the opening range in a way, just waiting it out, allowing the market to show its hand. Dollar continuously breaking lower, but yet we have 1 hour, half an hour to wait out in terms of dollar showing whether it will continue any lower from where it is right now. First possible fair value gap opening up here on ES. I'll have to see if we get it or not, but every opening range I'm very much interested in the very first fair value gap, just to evaluate how we treat it throughout the initial half an hour or so. Few minutes after 10 as well, so possible short entry here that we're actually gonna take. This is literally a OT setup for me. So 5 handles stop loss with 5 handles take profit. Caught a bad entry in terms of a spread itself, but 5 handles take profit right here. So we're gonna take that. Still watching Euro though. Sorry. I can't show every single shot in front of you guys, but I'm still watching Euro as well at the same time. So this is a very quick scalp with the initial fair value gap being respected. So this is not the first time you're seeing this as well. If you've been coming in the last few weeks, that initial fair value gap usually either gets broken and treated as inversion, or it gets respected and you get an entry right away. For a small scalp, so 1-to-1, 5 handles risks, and for 5 handles, take profit as well. First trade of the day. We'll see what we can get out of it. I'm just putting notes to myself that I took this position so I can revert to it and take a look how it went. Sell side being tagged. But we wanted to push a little bit lower compared to where we're trading right now. Oh, what was that? Okay. Weird. Here we go, we're back on. Okay. Still sell side resting below on both charts, right? So no SMDs, no nothing. No nothing. What do I mean? No SMT yet in terms of markets still correlating. So I'm not expecting any turning points just yet. I'm just expecting it to continue lower as long as they stay intact. There we go. So let's take a look. What do we have? 152, 500. So almost $600 today. Lovely stuff. Took a note, and let's continue with the opening range. So keep the executions on for you guys. 5 minutes again. Maybe let's go one by one more time. So we have dollar index. Still holding in there. This is fine. Still have 20 minutes to go till the 1 hour candle closes. Euro USD. I was hoping for this possible short. We didn't get it, but price it being taken, it might allow the market to take the turn because we have an SMT between dollar and euro now. Considering that, I'll continue watching this. Let's put an alert for myself. Good. GBP USD. See, what do we have? 15-minute, not holding the price at all, but we'll see if that sell side gets taken or not. But let's go back into indices. So we have buy side taken. Probably this 15-minute fair value gap is gonna get broken to the downside. We're gonna have a U222 panning out with buy side being taken above the market price, swing low here, fair value gap being created. So we're gonna give it 5 more minutes to close, and we're gonna probably see a possible entry from here. Go short towards the new. This is a new day opening gap, and this is sell side resting below. So keep this on. This could be a very good trade for us. And NQ, exactly the same, buy side resting above. Note that. And 15 minutes fair value gap getting broken to the downside. We called for it in terms of being interesting to see market moving below and closing below, so we can go short today. So this is 5 minutes and 1 minute here. We'll see. Still need to see that 15-minute fair value gap getting inverted, so I'm gonna wait for that. Otherwise, if we stay in this range of like this, inside this 15-minute fair value gap, market will just start raging. Not much movement will happen, and we're probably just gonna close this stream then, because I won't find positions. And we're gonna come back in PM to look for a possible push to the downside again. Literally talked about it in the opening range initially in the stream, so if we don't close below this 15 minutes fair value gap until like 10:30, so not much will happen, at least for me today, but I'll give it some time. I'm not expecting any higher prices, but watch this 5-minute possible inversion, 1 minute possible inversion happening. I don't have any buy side resting above, so I'm not sure where it will push the market towards to, but this being broken like kind of shifts the structure at least short term to the upside. Dollar trading below that 1 hour fair value gap right now. Still 15 minutes to go till 1 hour fair value gap closes itself. So I'm not making any decisions for the day yet. This inversion setup would be in my interest if we would have an SMT where we don't, so meaning that both NQ and ES took sell stops with these swing lows. These swing lows would not have happened, and one of them would have swung low. For example, ES would have swung low, NQ wouldn't have, and left the sell side open here. I would be interested taking that inversion setup, because that would indicate a short-term low because of the SMT itself. But since now the markets are intact, I'm not interested in that inversion. I don't usually take inversions. I usually take inversions with an SMT. So yeah, that inversion is being offered on NQ right here. But I don't have any buy side resting above, so I'm not interested. I'm interested in going short today, so I'm just gonna hold on to it. This is the low for the opening range on both charts. So just keep it in. I'll show you once and then I'll take it off. As long as we stay at the equilibrium, I'm not too interested in what the market will give us. So we usually start trending or moving rapidly once the opening range gets broken, either to the upside or to the downside. But us staying in the range, however big the range is gonna give us a boring session. So, but for me, the real trading starts only at 10, so 15 minutes to go, right? Structure of 15 minutes fair value gaps on both charts. We closed below it on NQ, so it being taken minutes inversion here. Markets are too in sync, if we can say so. We want an SMT to be valid, at least for me. I don't know about you guys. I haven't looked at your inversion setups for a long time, but I usually take inversion setups only with SMT, right? So this inversion is being offered in terms of this 15-minute fair value gap being broken to the downside. But I'm literally not interested in taking the setup because we don't have SMT happening and markets are moving in sync. So this being broken to the downside is not giving me any I'll just say any insight into where the market is going to go. It's just a broken fair value gap, and that's it. But you see how the opening range itself took both buy stops here, and sell stops here, and we're just trading inside the opening range now. Very difficult situation because the market can just range and we can get chopped up with 2 entries, 3 entries in a row, whatever. So we have to wait it out a little bit and allow it to open up for us. And especially I want to see that 1 hour fair value gap on dollar index holding the price to the upside. If we close below it, the idea of us going lower today will be kind of negated. Not for the whole day, but I think that would allow the market to push a little bit higher into this 4 hour, 1 hour fair value gap. Again, 15 minutes. Inversion happening here. Not my interest is just yet. Yes, range bound. Thank you. Let's see if this bad boy gets broken to the downside. I'll be quite happy to take this setup. We're gonna have like less than 20 handles of a stop loss, so quite a good setup for us. Now it's running away. So I was hoping for something like this to appear, or just going lower right away. 4 minutes, 2 minutes. I'll note this 2-minute fair value gap here, just to see if we come back into it or not. It's just running away from us so far, so um EU though, just going around as well, 5 minutes for value gaps. So this 1 hour still holding the price. We're happy to see that. EU took buy stops out. We'll see how we trade here, but this could be a possible inversion setup here. Because we have an SMT on Euro USD versus USD. Not trading in sync right now, so I'll keep it on my screen as a possible setup to go short. Then we come back to the indices. I like the structure on NQ a lot better though. So five minutes one more time. 2 minutes and 1 minute chart. We have buy side resting above here. Have a swing low. Broken. Value gap opening up. Let's take a look what kind of range we're getting out of that. I can't enter a trade like this, it's just not my setup. One more time. 5 minutes. Oh la la, TradingView is playing around with us today. Sorry about that. But TradingView is playing around with us. It logged me off from the trading account once already. Kind of lagging right now as well. A little bit weird, but we're generating some sell side below us. So we'll see if we continue this high. Be a good possible entry, to be fair. Partial being taken here. It will be a 2 minutes inversion kind of. So gotta get into the trade now. Let's put a stop out at 17,792. And let's see, and then let's play with 4 handles. 17,730 will be good enough. 17,730. No, I won't push it. I won't push it because we took a winner already today, and 17,730. So let's put it up. Buy limit. Here we go. I'm entering this because of the SMT. ES is trading much higher than NQ is, and then NQ is creating a lot of sell side that is kind of getting generated with a lot of manipulation without the sell side not being taken away, this low not being taken away from the market. So we've seen a setup like this, I think, on Thursday last week as well. If you're journaling the trades we're taking together, so I think we saw the setup on Wednesday or Thursday itself. This position, if not panning out, will just bring us back to break even for the day. We took what, 5 handles on ES, 20 handles on NQ has exactly the same value, so we're not opening ourselves to a lot of risk neither. So I'm happy to continue like that. Let's know this 2-minute fair value gap here. Almost 10 o'clock as well, so silver bullet and U222, another model setups will start showing its hand for us. That 1 hour fair value gap looks to be holding the price on dollar as well. If we start breaking above this, I'm gonna close the position just to stay in a small profit for the day on the evaluation account. So, and we're gonna look for another opportunity, which is fine. I'm wondering if I pressed it on time or we got filled. Let's take a look. Now we got filled, so let's take a look. Yeah, even above break even, $150 or so above starting point for the day. So right now I'm gonna hope for the opening range highs to be taken away from the market, to be very fair with you. And if SMT gets created, we're gonna go short again. SMT in terms of ES or NQ taking the opening range high out, and one or another failing to do so, that would be good enough for me to look for shorting opportunity. Internal buy side liquidity being taken as well, so keep a note on that. On both, right here on NQ and right here on ES. So let's run it through one more time, right? Let's use this side of the monitor. GBP USD is still trading at that 1 hour fair value gap level. You're happy to find support here, especially with this 15-minute run below midnight opening. I'm happy to see that. We just need to break above these highs as soon as we can to continue pushing to the upside. 1 minute chart breaker right here, so this swing high is a breaker, so we don't want it to trade anywhere below it. So I'm gonna put an alert here, just to, if I don't notice on the right hand side, to keep myself intact with that. Euro USD, we want to see the break below this 5-minute fair value gap for any possible entries. This is an inversion as well, so that would, this buy side being taken would just support push to the downside as well for us. So, and GBP USD, same sell side target as on euro. So let's take a look at ES now. 1 hour, still interested in that sell side. I'm not changing my mind. So on ES, we want to see this 15-minute fair value gap being into the downside. Up until that point, unless external liquidity, which is this opening range high, is being taken, I'm not interested in going short from middle of this range. Thank you. Looks a little bit better with this 15-minute fair value gap getting inverted, but this is just a very ranging market. And hide it, because yeah, there's nothing that interests me on NQ. So let me know, guys, if there's any topics you want me to talk about or anything to cover, because it looks like we're just gonna be waiting it out for that 15-minute fair value gap to get broken to the downside. So up until that point, I'm not gonna really open any more positions. And just like I say that, I'm gonna go short or long right away, you know. That usually happens, but we're just working with what the market is giving us, and we're if it shows a hand for a possible short opportunity, we're taking it. There's nothing bad with doing that. So far, as you can see, like nasty price action on 5 minutes. This is getting inverted though. Keep that in mind. A push to the upside is possible, especially with dollar index pushing above the current market. I really hoped for it to go lower from where we are at right now, but not giving us any 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 possibilities just yet. So we're actually gonna go long on NQ. I'm happy with the setup in terms of this 5 minute parallel gap being inverted. One more inversion happening here on 1 minute chart, and then basically we're just gonna target buy stops resting above here. So 20 handles, happy to take it. 78.19 and as buy side 78.19. Sell limit placed. So double inversion happening here. That's why we're taking a setup. We're having an SMT as well. So push to the upside is my interest now. To just like we said, we wanted to be taken away from the market before we go any lower. So we're trusting this 1 minute inversion to support the move. And yeah, third trade of the day. So we went short on ES, $600 move or so. We went long on, short on NQ, got stopped out. We're going long again now. So we're just gonna take back that, say 500 whatever on lost on NQ because of that stop out initially. We're gonna be up what, 6 again. Happy to work with. Dollar index pushing to the upside though, so we gotta be careful. I would not like to see the turning point here. Like, so if we close below that 1 minute for dollar gap, I'm gonna take a stop out on this one as well. Because we are having 1 minute, so just guys take a look. Yes, it's great. Higher high, and NQ didn't. So I want to see a push above this for value gap though. So closing above it would be lovely. If not, then we're getting out of this position and we're gonna wait for a short entry. So inversion is getting confirmed. This is the last line of defense, right? So we have an order block here at 10:02. We have an inversion happening, so this being broken to the downside is a third PD array being broken. That this is a breaker block if we continue any lower. So 2 minutes. I'm just holding on to it because just one more time, right? So we have an order block here. Order block being broken. That is one. This fair value gap not supporting the. That is two, and this is the last line of defense for us, right? So create a break of structure. Indicate a have to run away from the trade. You see how this 1 minute version is still holding on? We like for the trade to be wrong, to be on the wrong side of the market in a way. We have to see this broken, so I'm not moving. I'm not taking my risk off just yet. If we don't push up to the upside in the next 2 to 3 candles, I'm closing this position because just sitting in this trade is gonna drain us as well. So, because why I'm saying that, because dollar is not pushing to the upside just yet. It's consolidating just indices are, so probably gonna have to wait till 11 o'clock market to open up. And I don't want to sit in this trade until 11. No need to do that. Still holding on to it. This wick is holding the price intact as well, 50% of it. I really think just like yesterday, we're gonna be able to participate on the both sides of the markets all the time. Take profit possibly here above the opening range high of 930 or whatever. Yeah, 931. And then we're gonna look for a push to the downside right after. So 1 days, 2 days in a row actually like that. So I've been looking for this option for quite a while. I've been actually Googling it today, so this will be much more understandable for me because those 0.1 whatever, ugh, not into calculating. So just once more, maybe for those joining in just now, we took a short from optimal trade entry here on ES, right, rated off toward the sell side. So 5 handles taken here. Then we kind of hope for this fair value gap to allow NQ to push towards the low of the opening range here. Entered here, hoped for this 2 minute and 1 minute inversion to hold the price downside as well. Got topped out above this high, so left us in break even, and now we kind of noted this 5 minute inversion, allowing the market to push to the upside, and now not only that supporting the price that we kind of looked at and we're like, okay, will that work or not, but we also found a 1 minute inversion now that we entered from here, and we're just waiting for that to pan out. 30 handles almost trade, so for us, see where we are at for the day. So we started with 52.50, something like that. So that didn't put us to break even, that loss, so good enough. We're working our way through. And we're getting filled. Close that sell stop. Cancel everything. Yes. Good. Awesome. So I'm actually gonna look for a shorting opportunity now, because I'm not interested in indices going any higher than where we are at right now. So we'll see what we get offered, but let me take away these guys. Keep that 5 minute. What else? This not needed anymore. Oh, come. So dollar index crossing to the downside right here. I will see if we close below 40 minutes candle to close. So I've been just chatting a little bit with my Discord. We're kind of talking about this possible 1 hour inversion to pan out. There's a buy side resting above from the release of the CPI yesterday. Um, we're gonna see, but that inversion happening is a possibility. I'm just talking with the guys about this inversion still, so we're gonna see with you guys as well. I'm gonna look at it. Yeah. This is pushing the price to the upside a lot. possible inversion happening on ES. So probably gonna be last trade for the day for me. Possible short on ES from this inversion. So we're gonna see if we close below it. If we do, what do we have? What do we have? We have less than 5 handles for a massive range. This is still not giving way. Probably we're gonna take like 20 more minutes for something more juicy to pan out when the macro starts. I think 10:30 we some as well. I'm not sure, but no impact as you see. Um, I'm kind of not sure if I should call this a day or not yet, because I'm kind of hoping for shorts to still to pan out. Um, but we need some buy stops to be taken, right? So yes, and NQ, some buy side resting above, and 1 hour inverted for value gaps at those levels as well. So a push to the upside is quite possible, but I'm just torn apart right now if I should continue still, or I would just rather call it a day and come back for a PM session. Would be a little bit better than what now. So not sure. Still hang out a little bit. We're 500 bucks up, so calling it a day wouldn't be a problem. I like ES breaking below, so but we need to see it closing below that fair value gap though. Can't just open trade from this. SMT in place as well, so I'm happy with an inversion panning out from this SMT. Will ES break below or not? Will it or not? Probably will, so we're gonna go short way. Sell market, please. Put two lots open. We're gonna put a buy stop above most recent high. We're gonna ride this out. So we're gonna ride this out. And very honestly, I'm gonna call this a day. We get stopped out. We get stopped out, but I'm not placing any limits just yet. But we're gonna probably target this. Let's do it before I turn it off. So I'm gonna target this sell side right here, and of this, fuck me, we're gonna go as low as this sell side resting. Um, at yes, 49, 8, 9, 8. That Dom added to this position. We're gonna play with that. We're gonna pan out card. Brilliant setup. Rest assured. Have a good day and then see you later in PM session.